Oh, where do I even begin with the absolute travesty that is the Universidad Nacional de San Antonio de Areco? Picture this, my darlings, a place that should be a temple of learning, a sanctuary of intellect, a haven for young minds to blossom. Instead, it is a hollow, soulless husk of broken promises and mediocrity. Let me take you on this journey of despair, this odyssey of disappointment, where every corner whispers neglect and every interaction reeks of indifference. First, the setting. Oh, the setting. They call it a university, but it feels more like a forgotten government office from the 1970s, where the walls have absorbed decades of size and the floors creak with the weight of crushed dreams. The chairs are not chairs at all, but ancient torture devices disguised as seating, their cushions flattened by generations of disillusioned students. You sit, and immediately your spine cries out in protest, as if the very furniture is conspiring against your comfort. And why? Because no one cares. No one has cared for years. The management, if you can even call it that, has clearly decided that student suffering is just part of the authentic academic experience. Then there is the atmosphere. Lindo Lugar, agradable y Komodo, some say. Oh, how naive, how tragically naive. Yes, it is lindo in the way a faded postcard is linda pretty from a distance, but up close you see the cracks, the stains, the peeling edges. The air is thick with the scent of neglect, a musty perfume of apathy and budget cuts. The lights flicker like dying stars, casting shadows that seem to mock your optimism. And the silencio, the silence. Not the dignified quiet of a library, but the hollow, aching silence of a place where enthusiasm goes to die. But the worst part, the absolute unforgivable sin, the complete and utter lack of engagement, the reviews, are a symphony of emptiness. 1-star ratings with no explanation, as if words themselves are too exhausted to describe the depth of the letdown. And the 3-star reviews. Lindo Lugar, agradable y Komodo, repeated like a broken record, as if the reviewer is trying to convince themselves that it is not all a waste. But we know better, Don Tiwi. We see through the thin veneer of politeness. A 3-star review is just a 1-star review in denial, a desperate attempt to salvage dignity from the wreckage. And let us talk about the people. Oh, the people. The staff move like ghosts, drifting through the halls with the enthusiasm of a tax auditor. They are not cruel, not that would require energy. They are simply absent, their minds already clocked out, their souls already resigned to the fact that nothing will ever change. You ask for help and they blink at you as if you have spoken in a dead language. You seek guidance and they point you toward a dusty pamphlet from 2003. It is not malice, it is something far worse, indifference. The kind of indifference that erodes hope like acid. And the students, oh the poor, poor students, you can see it in their iced slow realization that they have been sold a lie. They came here expecting enlightenment, and instead they got a bureaucratic purgatory where dreams are processed, stamped and filed away. Some try to pretend it is fine, forcing smiles, repeating the hollow praises Lindo Lugar, agradable y Komodo, as if saying it enough times will make it true. But the truth is written in the empty classrooms, the unanswered emails, the assignments lost in the void of administrative oblivion. So why is this bad? Oh, let me count the ways. It is bad because education should be sacred. It is bad because young minds deserve passion, not apathy. It is bad because when a university fails, it does not just fail its students, it fails the future. Every half-hearted lesson, every ignored complaint, every broken chair is a tiny betrayal, a whisper that says, you do not matter. And that, my darlings, is the greatest sin of all. So here we are left, with nothing but the bitter aftertaste of what could have been. The Universidad Nacional de San Antonio de Areco is not just a bad school, it is a monument to wasted potential, a graveyard of ambitions. And the saddest part, it will probably stay that way, because when no one cares enough to change, nothing ever does. Tell me, my friends, have you ever felt this kind of heartbreak, this slow?
Oh, I've been looking into these really upsetting things near Universidad Nacional de San Antonio de Areco. It's like, the place is so charming, but under the surface there's this whole other story, So there's this one scam that's super sneaky. It happens over the phone or on WhatsApp. People get a call or a message, and it's supposedly from the local hospital, talking about dengue vaccines. Can you believe it? They so clever, using the hospital's name and everything. I bet some tourists, they just trying to enjoy their 2 weeks, and then wham, they get this scary message about a vaccine. And the next thing you know, they clicking on some link and poof, their WhatsApp is hijacked. The scammers then use the account to trick the victim's friends and family. It's just terrible, I can only imagine how panicked and violated those tourists must feel. And the scammers, they probably just moving on to the next victim, heartless as they are. Then there's this whole mess with a crypto scam, right? It is called Rainbowex, and it is like a dark cloud over San Antonio de Areco. These people, they promise the sun and the moon with investments in cryptocurrency. Tourists, they might think it is a great opportunity, especially if they've heard about crypto being the next big thing. But it is a trap, a Ponzi scheme. The masterminds, they got caught, with raids and all. But I can't help but wonder about those who fell for it. They must be feeling so betrayed, their savings just gone. And the scammers, well, they had a taste of the high life, but now they're facing the music, I hope. It is just so sad to see places like the ones near Universidad Nacional de San Antonio de Areco get tainted by these scams. It is like the beauty of the town is overshadowed by the greed of a few. I can't help but feel for the tourists who just wanted to have a nice time, explore the culture, and now they're left with this bitter aftertaste. It is not fair, They're just trying to make memories, and instead they get memories they wish they could forget. But let us be real, it is not just about feeling bad for them. We've got to be smart, really smart. We've got to look out for each other and spread the word about these scams. Because nobody deserves to go through something like this, especially when they're far from home. It is like, we've got to be each other's keepers, So if you're planning to visit San Antonio de Areco, please be careful. Keep your wits about you, and don't trust everything you hear, especially when it comes to unexpected calls or too good to be true investment opportunities. It is a beautiful place with so much to offer, and I hate for your visit to be marred by the likes of these scammers. And to the scammers, well, what goes around comes around. Karma is a thing, and it is got a long memory. You can keep getting away with hurting people like this. It is just wrong, and deep down you've got to know that.
Opening with a calm, reflective tone, ladies and gentlemen, as we venture beyond the storied gates of the Universidad Nacional de San Antonio de Areco, a tapestry of businesses unfolds before our eyes, each thread telling a tale of its own. Yet as we weave our way through, we find a pattern that, while vibrant in promise, often fades into disappointment. The businesses surrounding this historic institution are a reflection of the town's charm, yet they seem to struggle with consistency and quality. It's as though they've been painted with a broad brush, streaked with the hues of unfulfilled potential, and marred by the drips of neglect. Let us begin with the Pam Gas de Areco Hotel Spa, a place that promises relaxation and luxury, but often delivers quite the opposite. Picture yourself arriving, eager for tranquility, only to be greeted by the buzz of mosquitoes and the sight of unkempt facilities. The spa, rather than being a sanctuary, resembles a pond with floating critters, and the amenities seem to have been forgotten in a bygone era. The staff, angels amidst the chaos, do their best, but it's akin to applying a bandage to a sinking ship. As we stroll through the historic La Blanquita, we're met with confusion and misinformation. This once bustling pulperia, now a shadow of its former self, leaves visitors scratching their heads, wallets lighter from entrance fees that lead nowhere. It's like being told you're about to indulge in a feast, only to find the banquet hall closed for the season. Caffeine enthusiasts beware, for the Negro Mercado Cafe may not live up to your brewed expectations. Here, the coffee is as temperamental as the service, often leaving a bitter taste. The staff, perhaps overwhelmed by the art of coffee making, seem to have misplaced the simple joys of hospitality. It's a place where the warmth of the drink doesn't quite match the chill of the welcome. If you're seeking a panoramic view with a side of chaos, El Mirador rooftop bar restaurant might catch your eye. But be prepared for an adventure in customer service where the drinks may be strong, but the patience required to obtain them is stronger. The DJ's tunes, once the heartbeat of the night, now struggle to fill the dance floor, leaving patrons longing for the rhythm of yesteryear. Lastly, the Esquina de las Flores, a place that hints at beauty and grace, may leave you wondering where the petals have wilted. The service, as cold as a wintry breeze, fails to nurture the bloom of customer satisfaction, leaving one to ponder the essence of true hospitality. In this quaint corner of the world, the businesses near the Universidad Nacional de San Antonio de Areco are like a charming novel with missing pages. They hold the promise of a captivating story. But as you turn the corner, you find